One of the hallmarks of good management is the ability to reasonably infer causal relationships. This may sound self-evident, but we know from cognitive psychology and behavioral economics that we often fail to reason logically. We are influenced by numerous biases that stem from instinctive reactions and preconceptions, basically a failure to think critically. Hi, I'm Nikos Orsidis, CEO, management consultant, and author. This channel is devoted to raising your managerial competence, and each episode covers a core skill or competency. One example of a random occurrence that is wrongly assumed to be causal is called the Gamblers Fallacy, the incorrect belief that a past event will influence the outcome of a future event, like the toss of a coin having an effect on the next toss. Harvard University scholar Steven Pinker refers to this type of bias as Apophenia, the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things.
When we hallucinate things that aren't there, we can make foolish decisions. We can imagine that there are conspiracies because several bad things happen in a row.
This human bias has evolutionary origins, as a rustle in the bushes may have indicated that the predator is about to attack us. Doing nothing may get us killed, so it makes total sense to flee even if it turns out to be nothing. Some researchers also refer to this tendency as patternicity, and it can have serious consequences when doctors, for instance, make a wrong diagnosis as a result of seeing connections in patient data that aren't causal. They may simply be random. In business, confusion can result if praise or punishment is based on getting causality wrong. For example, when fluctuations in performance are either random or are subject to a lag time between taking an action and the result. It may even be that we mistake cause for effect, fairly common lapse in logic as when we wrongly associate sales growth with profitability. Or we may think that the lack of revenue growth is due to insufficient sales efforts, when the real problem may be the lack of product market fit. Finally, we may conflate the lack of productivity with laziness, as opposed to insufficient clarity around processes or required resources. So if we praise good results without understanding their proper cause, but then criticize people when things don't go as well the next day, we may actually demotivate and confuse them. Performance over time is likely to suffer. As we conclude this episode, remember this. Don't jump to conclusions about causal relationships or their absence. Avoid biased assumptions, and beware of lag times between cause and effect. Wishful thinking is no substitute for critical thinking. So long for now, and see you in the next episode.